Howdy YouTube, here I am again. I'd like to talk about the university system today. I made a video previously, but I decided not to use that video. I'm going to use this one. It's been discussed a lot, the university system. I'm going to get right to the point. The university system of the world, by and large, and the school system as well, is an appendage of the government, because the government funds it completely, and it's reliant upon the government for its funding. And it has to teach what the government wants, and has to instruct students in what the government wants them to be instructed in, and etc. It's also part of the system, and it's important to. I think that people don't really realize that our current system is subsidized. Well, this is the entire school and university system is actually part of the capitalist establishment. Well, I'm not saying here, I don't mean to upset capitalists. I'm just saying that it's part of the state capitalist establishment. If we wanted real free market capitalism, we wouldn't have to have these things. But I guess in the system as it is now, I mean, it's actually a blessing to be able to go to a school, because then you're more employable, you'll get a higher wage, but at the same time, it really encroaches on people's freedom, because they don't have a choice in the matter, and they're forced into these particular types of jobs. That's just one aspect of it. The other aspect is the branding of universities. Say, for example, if you go to a university that's branded or thought of highly, or is popular with a certain clique or a certain MNC, multinational corporation, then you might get higher pay just for going to that university, which seems counterintuitive, but it's the way that it is. Sort of like women get paid less for the same work, which is very unfortunate. So, personally, I believe that the university system as it is now is primarily an appendage of the government, but we also have to look at what the university system does for the students and the actual things that they teach. For example, technical knowledge. It doesn't matter what field you study. If you want to study molecular biology, if you want to study mechanical engineering, or if you want to study some liberal arts or some language or psychology or anything like that in a university, there's a technical knowledge aspect. And personally, I believe that technical knowledge aspect is not the main component of the university as it is nowadays, and it's quite unfortunate. The main aspect of the university as it is nowadays is socializing people socializing people to the system and the way that things work nowadays, what they should think, what they should eat, what they should wear, etc. It would take me a while to think of all the things, but that's the main gist of it right there. I have actually seen technical universities, and they really do teach people technical knowledge, but it doesn't take that long. I mean, if you want to go to, say for example, you want to learn car repair, or you want to learn some craft or some trade, it doesn't, usually those universities last for about 2 years maximum. Of course, there's other trades. Well, there's other disciplines which could be considered to be that way. But why couldn't we have guilds where people? Oh, that was something, some type of an animal. Why couldn't we have guilds where people went to learn? Why do we have to have such a university system in Germany, for example, which is the strongest economy in Europe, so far as I know, besides maybe Liechtenstein and Switzerland, which aren't part of the EU. Why you see, Germany had a guild system or an apprentice system in the past, and they still have a similar system, and it's pretty cool. I mean, it's really nice. But the question remains: why can't we have a guild system? Why do we have to have this university system where you're just trained in this way, and then you're thrown into the job market where you need to get a job? And even the process of throwing someone after they graduate from the university, it's really a buyer's market. I mean, the labor's on the market, and they're not marketed. They don't help you with your marketing. I mean, they might help you with a few things, but they're not responsible for getting you a job. Whereas in a guild, you're almost guaranteed to get a job if you have someone accept you as their apprentice. You could have guilds, writers' guilds, butchers' guilds, auto manufacturing, mechanical, armaments, pretty much anything. Why couldn't we have guilds? It would serve a better purpose. It would definitely be more efficient than universities. But I think the main problem is that the government wouldn't have so much control over guilds, and guilds would be a lot less socializing people into the system and a lot more teaching them how to do their trade. And they could be independent in terms of thought. I mean, there may be a few guilds that were really charged politically, but still. I just think that it's unfortunate that the university system nowadays, and even the primary education system, is so heavily regulated by government, and that the agenda is dictated by them, and that we can't have an independent system where people were free to think as they were. You could opt out of going to schools, and you could homeschool people, but in most countries that's not an option. You must attend school, or children must attend school, so they can be socialized into the system and then be thrown into the job market. Anyways, that's just my take on it. I'd like to talk more about this issue, but I really can't think of much more to say at this point, so I'm just going to stop right here. Check back later for more vlogs and more interesting discussion about various topics. Bye for now.